What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsy Jr. YouTube, Facebook, and wherever you get your podcasts. We got a special guest today, Mr. Jason Brown, quarterback signee for the Jackson State Tigers. He's going to go play for Coach TC in JSU down at 1400 Lynch Street. Jason, how's it going, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I am great. Jason, you've had one heck of a football journey, man, but it's led you to Jackson State. Now, before we get to playing for Coach TC in Jackson State, take me back, man. Who introduced you to the game of football? Who was the first person to put a football in your hand? And how did that kind of start off with your love for the game?
That would be my dad. Ever since I was young, he played football growing up too. So he got me into it at a young age. And then once he started coaching me, I kind of just fell in love with the game. And then from the age of 5, I've been playing it ever since. So
now you're a quarterback, and it's always I love hearing stories about how quarterbacks became quarterbacks. Were you always a quarterback? Were you something else? How did you kind of fall into that role? Especially being a young black man, they don't always let you be quarterback. So how did you end up getting that chance to play that position?
I actually didn't play quarterback until about middle school when I found out that I could throw the football a little bit. So that's when I kind of started playing quarterback. I used to play DN and receiver and running back, but that was back when I was a little athletic, back when I was young. So I kind of got away from that a little bit. So now I just go back there and throw the ball.
Now, let's talk about that. You said in middle school, you saw that you could throw it. Was it that you just threw it harder than everybody, farther than everybody? Like, what was that kind of like? How did you kind of discover that?
I don't know. I was just throwing one day, and it was accurate, and it was it was all of it, all the things that you want in a quarterback. So I was like, maybe I could play this position. Now, I'd never played it before, so I kind of hopped on that trend and, stuck with it from there on out.
Absolutely, man. Now, you're a D1 athlete, so being a D1 athlete means you're pretty good at football. When was it that you knew? They're like, hey, man, I'm actually kind of good at this thing, man. I actually can play a little bit.
I would say probably my senior year of high school. I had a pretty good senior year, scored 45 touchdowns or something like that, and that's kind of when it took off for me.
Now let's talk about high school. When you were going into high school, you're a quarterback. What were your high school? Did you go to multiple high schools? What was your high school experience like playing football?
No, I just went to
what area did you play high school ball at as well?
So I played in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and I went to Chancellor High School, and I was there all 4 years, and I was gifted enough to start all 4 years on varsity.
Oh, wow!
So that was fun, and that's kind of where the whole thing started. And then starting in middle school, I loved it, and then once I got to high school, experiencing that and playing against some good dudes that were going D1, that was kind of my dream as well. So I stuck with it.
Now, starting all 4 years, did you already have a relationship with the coach? How does that back? Because you're a freshman, man. I'm sure there was a senior, a junior, some other quarterback thought it was his time to shine, and you come in and start. Like, how did that transition kind of go for you?
I didn't really have a relationship with the coaches, but
okay.
There was a kid he was a senior. He was there, and I just beat him out. We both split time in the first couple games, and then it was just who played better in those games. We get to start the rest of the time, and I ended up playing a little bit better and putting up some more points, and then that's kind of how that whole thing happened.
Absolutely, man. Once again, we're talking to Jason Brown, quarterback signee at Jackson State. He's going to play for Coach TC Taylor. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Now, Jason, let's talk about recruiting when you were in high school. When did recruiting start? You said you was a 4-year starter. When did the recruiting start? I know that senior year was monster, and I'm sure it kind of picked up after that. But what was your recruiting process like while you were a high school athlete?
The whole time it was slow, all 4 years, honestly. I visited a ton of places, camped at a bunch of places, and, never got offered by them. And I actually got my first offer my senior year of high school by St. Francis, and that ended up being one of my 2 D1 offers. The other one was Delaware State, but Delaware State wasn't any good. Then they lost 12 games or 11 games. They were 0-11. So I went to St. Francis and played there, and then that's kind of how my whole collegiate career started.
Absolutely, man. Do you have fond memories of St. Francis? Like, what was that experience like for you?
Yeah, it's small. There's only 1,400 students there, so it's really the people on that. Really, that people on that. That's it, But it was fun, and I don't think I'd be here today if it wasn't for St. Francis. They gave me an opportunity. Coach McCord gave me a chance to play. I started for him, and that's my guy. That's one of my favorite people in the whole world, man. And he gave me a chance to play, and played and had some success, and was All-American and broke 5 school records in his first year as an OC and my first year starting. So, and then once that happened, COVID hit, and then I entered the portal, and then just off of that film, like I said, I wouldn't be anywhere without St. Francis, and that's when South Carolina offered me, and it was just off my St. Francis film. So St. Francis holds a dear spot in my heart.
That's awesome, man. That's really good to hear. Now, you talked about COVID hit, and I've asked other athletes that were either in college or high school how COVID kind of affected their career, and you kind of spoke about it a little bit. But take me through, like, what do you remember most about when you first heard about COVID and you were in college, you're playing ball and you're doing all this? Like, what was that experience like for you?
I mean, I thought I was going to be gone for 2 weeks and then come back, and we were going to start spring ball. But, I ended up a whole year, and I didn't have any intentions of leaving, but then, everybody canceled that following fall season, and everybody played. Most people played in that spring, but St. Francis canceled both the fall and the spring, so I didn't play at all. So I kind of took a leap of faith, and that's when I hopped in the portal just to try to play somewhere bigger, and that's when South Carolina picked me up.
Dang, man, that is crazy. Like, to think you're only going to be gone for 2 weeks and to miss the whole year. Like, not just the fall, because like even the SWAC didn't play in the fall, but they played that spring year, and to not play at all. Now, not every SWAC team, Alcorn actually didn't play in the spring year, but that's pretty incredible. And that'll take me to, I know you missing that entire year is what gave you a chance to play this year. For the folks that don't know, and I learned that bit from listening to you on Tiger Talk. Shout out to the guys from Tiger Talk. But for the folks that haven't seen that, if you haven't seen that, go watch Jason over there. But what was that like as far as you missed that year, and that's what allowed you to play this year? Explain that for the folks that may or may not know what kind of went down with that.
So what went down was, since everybody played that year and I didn't get a chance to play, where that year didn't count because that whole COVID year, everybody got to play and it didn't count towards eligibility. But I never got that opportunity to play. So that's kind of how I got my 7th year back, because of that.
Dang, yeah, man, that's pretty incredible. So, you realize you have an extra year. Things don't work out at Virginia Tech. You hop back in the portal. What was the recruiting this time like, as opposed to a previous time that you were in the portal, as far as the schools that were coming, talking to you, and some of the places that were interested in you coming to play for them? What was that recruiting process like?
A little bit different. I got more offers this time than I did throughout the whole 4 years of high school. So
for real,
that was
that's pretty cool, man.
That was nice to kind of be wanted in some ways, but
yeah,
no, it was fun. It was stressful because when you hop in the portal, I know, especially my position, it's so hard to only one plays at a time, and most schools only take one, maybe two. And I hop in the portal, and that could be it for me. Nothing's guaranteed after that. There's still people that are in the portal from 2 years ago that still don't have a home. So, it's a scary situation to go through, just because you don't know what's going to happen or what can happen or if anything happens. But I just trusted in my ability, and then the coaches found me here, and that's how I ended up here.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about how you ended up at Jackson State. So who was the coach that reached out to you, or which coach reached out to you, and what was that kind of relationship like at the beginning to make you ultimately choose to play at JSU?
Coach Quinn actually reached out to me, and
okay,
we got in touch, and he hit me up, told me that they were looking for a guy to come be the quarterback here, and I want to win, and Jackson State wins championships, and that's what I want to do. So.
Now, before actually, committing and talking to Coach Quinn, did you know much about Jackson State? Had you heard much about them? And if so, what had you heard? What did you know?
I hadn't heard too much about them. I just knew that they were a very hot program right now, and they win games, and that's all I want to do. I want to be in the spotlight, and I want to win big games, and that's what they do here at Jackson State. So.
Absolutely, man. Once again, we're talking to quarterback signee Jason Brown. He's going to play quarterback at JSU. He's going to be in a tough QB battle. Now, Jason, let's talk about the QB room at JSU. It's a bunch of guys. I mean, I've had Phillip Short on this program. We've seen PJ Hatter. He's a freshman. Zach McDonald, yourself, super talented guys. But unlike corner or linebacker or defensive lineman, 4 or 5 of those guys can play at a time. 2, 3, 4, 5 guys, but QB only one. It's only one guy. What did that play any factor into your decision as far as choosing JSU? And now that you're there, what kind of like goes through your mind as a college athlete, knowing that you have to beat out 4 or 5 guys to get that number 1 spot?
I mean, it just comes down to how much you want it, really, how much you want to work for it. And, just the last 2 places that I've been really taught me that, especially South Carolina. I was a second and third team guy there until I got the opportunity to start against Florida. And then, just while I was there, I always prepared like I was the guy. So that kind of helped me in that whole process of becoming that starter at South Carolina in the SEC. And, I just plan on carrying that momentum and what I learned there, I could plan on carrying that over to here to try to help me win this job.
Absolutely, man. And hey, man, you sound like a quarterback, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Like you said, you got the answers. Just come out clean. You look clean shaven. You got it going. Hey, man, I'm not mad at that at all because you really sound like, hey, man, I'm here to do my job. I'm here to help this team win. I'm here to make things happen. Now, not just with quarterbacks. JSU's been bringing in a ton of really talented players. How do you feel being a new guy on the team, seeing some of the guys that have been additions? Obviously, they had some departures via the portal and everything, but they brought in and replaced them with a lot of talented dudes. What's it been like so far as being a part of the JSU community and seeing some of the players that they're bringing in to this year's football team?
I mean, the guys that they're bringing in are incredible. I mean, they could play at the places that I've been. They could play in the SEC and they could play in the ACC without a doubt in my mind. And that's incredible because, you have those caliber guys playing here. I mean, we can go out here and dominate this whole thing. Just knowing them, they're good kids. They want to win just as bad as me and the coaches do. So, it's good when everybody's here together working for the same goal.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Once again, we're talking to Jason Brown, quarterback signing at Jackson State. So, Jason, just as far as, take my audience a little bit into being Jason Brown for a second. Some of the coaches what's Coach TC like? What's Coach Quinn like? Because, I mean, Coach TC's been around. He played at Jackson. He's on the staff, but now he's the head coach. So what's he like as a head coach? What's Quinn like? He's a new coach. People haven't really gotten to hear from him. What have they been like to you so far in your conversations and meetings with them?
They've been good. They seem like some real caring people, genuine guys. And, they're people that, obviously I wanted to play for in my conversations that I've had with them. And, I love Coach TC's energy, man. He was telling me he doesn't want to just win, but he wants to win like by a lot of points. So, that was big for me because, that's what I want to do too. Because, I wasn't given the chance at the last school or things haven't worked out always. So, I'm kind of coming with some vengeance on my shoulder, a chip on my shoulder, because I want to win by 50 points every game too. So, me and him kind of clicked on that when he said that to me. So
absolutely, man. Now let's talk about, your game. For folks who have or haven't seen you play, how would you describe your game? Is there someone that you model your game after? Or how would you describe it? How do you go out there and play? Just for the folks that haven't been able to see you play yet.
I would say I'm a pocket passer. But, I use my legs and extend plays very well, I think. I think I can do that with the best guys in the whole college football game. So, I feel like that's a gift for me. And, that's something that I've been blessed with and something that I work on every day. So I feel like I'm a pocket passer, but I can use my legs and make plays down the field when I need to.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Now I know you just got to Jack. I mean, you probably just got there like in the last few hours. What has now, granted, you haven't been in Jackson very long, but what has the fan base been like for you so far? I know JSU fans are crazy on social media. They're like awesome. But what's it been like for you?
It's been great, man. I wake up every day to another DM just welcoming me to the family. So
they hit you with the DMs? They're not even doing just the mentions. They in the oh man, that's awesome.
All of it, I'm sitting on my Instagram, I got 99 plus requests, so I gotta go check all those. It's been great, man. It's just like it would be at an FBS school, man. I mean, the fan base is incredible here, and I can't wait to play for them.
Absolutely, man. And I'm telling you, once you get into the vet and you see, the 40, 45, 50,000 folks rooting, cheering for you, singing, dancing, going crazy when you're throwing touchdowns, it's nothing like it, man. I've only been there once and I'm a reporter or whatever, but I've been to a whole bunch of football games. Like I've covered college football for years now. Never seen anything like, and I told him, I'm like, I've never seen anything like this before in my life. Like right. I've been, it's just crazy, man. And I'll be glad that you'll get a chance to experience that. And so, being someone who's been in college, played college football for a while, just what are your expectations going into spring? Like, how are you feeling going into spring? Are you healthy? Is everything good? Like, how are you feeling going into a new place, going into a new system, going into it as a quarterback this spring?
Well, I mean, I feel confident just because, I've done this 2 other times in the past 2 years. So, I have a lot of football knowledge. So I feel like I'm able to adapt really well. I picked up the last playbook that I was at after leaving South Carolina. I picked it up really quick. I feel like we're kind of a similar type of deal here. It's just, at the end of the day, football's football, and everybody runs the same thing. It's just different terminology. So once I learn the terminology, I'll be good.
Absolutely, man. Now, growing up, or even now, do you have a favorite NFL team, and who is it?
No, I wouldn't say I have a favorite NFL team, really. I would just say that.
Oh, you're from the DMV. You only got the Redskins anyway. I mean, the Commanders. My bad. Yeah. I probably wouldn't have a favorite team neither. Being the Commanders, that ain't nothing to root.
Yeah, I kind of just watch the teams of players that I like. So
I got you. So who's some players that you like?
I like watching Mahomes. I like watching Aaron Rodgers, Justin Herbert. I like watching Derrick Henry run the football. Yeah. So I just kind of watch those teams and watch my favorite players.
Now, what's your measurables, Jason? What's the height and weight?
I'm 6'3", 230.
Oh, you're a big dude, dog. like you're a big dude. So that bigger quarterbacks, that means you got the big strong arms, man. I seen some of those clips from that Florida start. You plan on throwing how far can you throw a football?
About 70, 75.
You can do 70 yards, like just straight drop back, launch at 70 yards.
Yeah, just off a 3-step.
I just saw. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's like, oh man, that's nothing, dog. Yeah, that ain't nothing, man. So I expect to see some explosive plays this year, then, man. Like I expect to, so is that what's your favorite route to throw, or favorite route concept for the football nerds at home that want to geek out a little bit? What's some favorite
route to throw easily is a post. I love going up top, so I would say a post easily because
are we doing 40-yard post, or are we doing a skinny post 20? What are we talking about?
A run till you open. Run till you open and I'll get it there.
I got you, man. I got you. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So, hey, Jackson, Mississippi, you're from the DMV, man. Jackson, Mississippi's got some good eats. What's something that you're looking forward? Is there something that you're looking forward to as far as eating, kind of food? Is there a favorite food that you have or something?
Man, I don't know what I'm looking forward to. I just know the food. I've heard the food is good down here, so I'm going to be at a lot of places. So,
man, it is incredible. And I'm telling you, if you're gonna be on campus, there's a place called Stamps Burgers. It's right down the street from campus. I don't know if you've
heard about that.
Man, this is different, dude. It was so good. I even got me a shirt. I walked out of there with me a t-shirt. It wasn't just the food. I had a burger and fries at the big. Now I'm gonna let you know. If somebody tries to tell you to get the double, now I know you're 230 pounds. I don't care how big you are. You could be 500 pounds. Don't get the double. It's too big, bro. It's just too much. It's too much food. Just get the single cheeseburger or whatever. You'll be good to go. Don't get the double. You'll thank me later. Thank me later. Let's get this to Jason Brown, man. Jackson State quarterback signee. So, Jason, man, I just got a few more questions for you, man. So, what would it mean for you to, not only just get a chance to start at JSU, but to go out there and help them, win a three-peat? I mean, they're two-time defending SWAC champions and looking to bring home that Celebration Bowl that's kind of eluded them the last couple of years. But what would it mean for you to get a chance to go out there and help them win that third SWAC championships and bring home that first Celebration Bowl?
It means a lot, man. I want to win a championship, and that's the reason that I came here, and I know they're trending in the right direction. And just if I have that chance to go out there and lead this team and win that championship, that'll be a dream come true because, I've wanted to win championships at the college level and I haven't done it yet. So, now's the time to do it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Jason, so how's the family life, man? How's moms? How's pops? Do you have any siblings? What's that like for you?
Good. Me and my dad, my stepmom, and then I have a couple half brothers and sisters. So my dad's he was 5, so he's not even in college. Even in college, when I was a backup when we played at Texas A&M, when I was in South Carolina, he flew out there, watched, and that's kind of when my whole career there started. That was when I threw my first touchdown in that stadium, and he was there for that. So he's never missed a game since I was 5 from the day he started coaching me. So
home and away,
no matter where it was.
What does Dad do? Does Dad work anymore? What's he do where he can get off every weekend? Okay, man, that's awesome, man. That's pretty cool, dog. That is awesome. So he'll keep that going even while you're at Jackson.
Oh yeah, you'll be seeing him in the vet and wherever we gotta go.
I got you, man. That's awesome, man.
You'll see him to start the season in Atlanta and end the season in Atlanta. So we're good.
Come on, man. That's what I like to hear. What's Pop's name? What's Dad's name?
Jason Brown.
Jason Brown, Mr. Brown, Mr. Brown the senior. We hope to see you in the vet, man, because the folks they love the JSU Tigers. So if you at every game, He's definitely gonna get to know some good, loyal fans because every week, I'm telling you. And the tailgate, I know you've been in some other, more high-profile schools. Mr. Brown gonna learn real quick that the JSU does it a little bit different than Virginia Tech and South Carolina, just a little bit. I'm telling you, in a good way. In a good way, it's gonna be a little different. But that's so cool, man. He's never missed a game since he was 5 years old. What does that mean to you, man? Because everybody can't say that to have their dad at every single one of their games.
It means a lot, man. I mean, he's been supporting me since day one, and he still support me today. So not a lot of people can say that. I've been blessed with that, to have such a great father, and I want to go out there and win. So I don't got to hear his mouth when I come off the field and telling me that I suck or something. So.
Now, did your dad play ball at all?
Barely.
Okay. He's like, nah, he ain't me. He ain't play no. I got you, man. I got you. Well, Jason, just a few more questions, buddy. I know, rooting for you on the field. Hope you have the most success you can have at JSU in anything you want to do with football moving forward. But eventually, we all know football comes to an end. What are your plans? What is something that you want to do once football is over with, as far as a career or something else?
I would say once football is done, once I hang up the cleats, I definitely want to get into coaching. So.
Okay.
I want to be able to impact kids the way coaches have impacted me. So,
absolutely, man. Would you want to be like a high school coach, youth league coach, or like college or pro? Or would you want to take it that far?
I try to get into college.
Okay.
Start off.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. You think you said you've had a few different playbooks. You think you could draw up a pretty good offensive scheme? You think you know enough football to draw?
I think I could.
That's what's up, man. That's awesome, man. Well, Jason, I wish you nothing but the best of luck, buddy. Hey, congratulations on getting to JSU. For the folks that, you already said they're blowing you up, but for the folks that haven't found you on social media or any partners that want to reach out as far as NIL, give them all your socials, emails, whatever you do to pass out as far as if they want to contact you and hook up on some kind of business.
So my Twitter is Jason Brown _QB, and then my Instagram is ___ Jason Brown. ___. Such a common name.
Man.
I had to put some underscores in there when I got verified.
I got you, man. But hey, that's awesome. Jason Brown, quarterback, 6'3", 230. Man, it's a big old dude back there slinging a rock for Jackson State this spring. We'll be seeing you, looking out for you this spring, Jason. Hey, stay healthy. Congratulations to you, and wish you nothing but the best. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here with Jeff Lightsy Jr. Thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button before on your way out, and we will see you